After like the third or fourth sample, I would just want to slap somebody and be like, just pick one. Hey everyone, Dan Ellis back for another Disney dining review.
In real life, we just had dinner at Pepe, or we're getting ready to have dinner at Pepe, and then we are going to go across the way to Salt and Straw for dessert. But we felt that Salt and Straw deserved its own dining review.
It absolutely does, because it is, number one, as expensive as any restaurant there. I mean, let's get real here.
I mean, don't be dramatic.
They're pricey little scoops of ice cream, but we think it's worth it because of the incredible flavors they have here. So if you're not familiar with Salt and Straw, we were first introduced in downtown Disney in Disneyland a long time ago. That's where we first had it. It came to Disney Springs, what, a couple years ago?
Yeah.
Anyway, it is the same ice cream. The flavors are, they're unique.
Very
I mean,
unique.
like, so for Halloween, they had
Creepy crawlers.
That. So basically bugs in ice cream, like real bugs, like grasshoppers.
Not living
and
bugs, but dead bugs.
bugs. Obviously not living bugs. How would they be living in the ice cream? But in the ice cream, frozen. Ugh. So not for me. But they have some interesting flavors. So like one I really like that they usually have is like goat cheese, strawberry, something or other.
And
anyway,
balsamic.
Balsamic, yeah.
Yes.
That's a really good one. They usually have like savory ice cream options.
There
and
was one
sweet.
time that there was street corn ice cream, and I thought, this is weird, and it was so good.
It was not sweet at all.
It was a little sweet, but not
like ice cream.
right.
Sweet. Like
It was more savory.
as much as like corn is sweet.
Yeah.
So yes, these scoops are expensive. However, you can go in there and those wonderful employees in there, do they call them cast members? It's Salt and Straw. Anyway, those wonderful employees in there, they will stand there as long as you want and give you all this. You can try literally every flavor of ice cream they have in there if you want to decide, but please order a scoop
buy
of ice
something.
cream if you're gonna do like some people will go in there and just make them, like serve them all of these little samples in these spoons and then leave. And I'm like, for real?
I mean, it is like a $7 or $8 scoop of ice cream, so I mean, it's not cheap. But if you just tried everything, you might as well pay the $7 or $8.
Like enjoy yourself, try as many as you want, and then buy a scoop of ice cream. Anyway, all that to say, I'll get off my soapbox. The ice cream is expensive, but it's wonderful.
It's really good.
It's very good, and it's rich, so you probably don't want more than a scoop of ice cream. If you missed last week's video, we are in the same clothes as last week's video because we are pre-recording a video to air today on Thanksgiving, and so anyway, that's why we're in the same dress. So anyway,
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. I am, number one, I'm hoping that they have Christmas flavors at Salt and Straw.
Me too.
Because they always have seasonal flavors.
I haven't peeked at their menu yet, so I don't know what seasonal it is.
Well, they
right
shouldn't.
now.
They shouldn't still have the creepy crawly one for Halloween,
No, they
right?
shouldn't.
Like they should have something.
Yes.
Anyway, and
I'm very excited.
yeah. Let's get us some seasonal ice cream. Okay. Are you ready? Let's do this. So their limited edition flavors for Thanksgiving are here. So there is a Parker House rolls with salted buttercream. We just tried it. It's actually fantastic. There's a sweet potato casserole, which tastes basically like sweet potato casserole. There's a turkey stuffing and cranberry sauce, which is interesting. It's more of a savory, but also creamy, just Thanksgiving meal, which is just unreal. There's a mom's mango pie, which I didn't try. I'm not a huge mango fan. And then a pumpkin pie tiramisu, which does have pumpkin in it, but it's also got a very strong espresso flavor. So That one wasn't my favorite, but we're getting, so Leslie and I are kind of sharing. I'm getting a Parker House Rolls with salted buttercream, and Leslie's getting the turkey. You changed it. I know, you're ruining it.
So you can do a single scoop with 2 different flavors. And so she's doing a little bit of the sweet potato casserole and a little bit of the Parker House Rolls. And this is turkey.
That is very good. Sweet potato casserole. Tastes very much like sweet potato casserole.
Love that place because you get to try whatever you want. They would have gladly let us try everything if we really wanted to. We really just kind of focused on the specialty ones for this month, which are Thanksgiving flavors. So I ended up with the turkey, stuffing, and cranberry sauce, which sounds so weird, and I thought it was going to be gross, but it's actually pretty good. It has like a turkey sausage in there. I don't know, it's like this weird savory sweetness that's delicious. Aiden got the sweet potato casserole, which is fantastic, and I was eyeing it. So I messed up and I changed Dan's because I thought the Parker House roll was the one I was going to be mostly eating on. So I made it be a Parker House dinner roll with salted buttercream and the sweet potato casserole. So, oh well.
That just means that she doesn't get very much Parker House roll because that was my favorite. So I'm going to dig in and
we'll finish this up at home.
All right, we are back.
If you are looking to plan your next magical vacation, please reach out to us over at Fantastical Vacations. We plan Disney destinations, Universal Cruise Lines, and all-inclusive resorts.
We just finished recording the second half of our Pepe video.
You don't have to tell
in real
people
time, and so you did good. You did good.
Thanks. I did better that round.
Yeah. But let's talk Salt and Straw because this place is fantastic. Okay. The one glaring thing here is the cost because it's $7.50 for a single scoop of ice cream in a cup. But that doesn't tell the whole story.
That does not.
Well, even if it did tell the whole story, I will tell you hands down now, I would rather have, for $23, these 3 scoops of ice cream that we got than 1 slice of Cake Bake Shop cake.
That is a fact.
So if we're just comparing expensive desserts, that's hands down. And these scoops of ice cream, because of how rich that ice cream is, are very, very shareable. We did each get a scoop of ice cream and none of us finished ours.
We should have not.
We could have easily gotten 2, maybe 1, honestly. We had just had dinner, but 2 would have been plenty. So
I don't think we could have agreed on 1.
That's true. All that to say, you don't, and you go in there and half a scoop of ice cream you're getting just from trying everything, right?
Yeah. So let's jump into the ratings. So Ambiance, as far as that goes, it is a small little space, but they run it very well. And this, as Dan said, we just finished recording over Pepe, so we were just there and we commented on the small space and that we kind of dinged them for Ambiance. Where Salt and Straw, even though it's a small space, you take your little tiny container and you just walk, or you can go over to the area right across the way where there's usually like live music and whatnot. So it makes more sense because this is very much a grab and go type location. But the lighting in there, all of it is just, it feels nice. It feels clean. It feels fresh. So we gave Ambiance a 3. Welcome to the show.
All right, let's talk theming. Theming is actually pretty good. The decor, the sign, everything feels very intentional there. Like if you compare that to Pepe, the other one that we just reviewed, that was very much thrown together with just kind of like a mural on the wall. Theming here, I mean, there's only so much theming you can do with an ice cream shop, but I feel like they did a pretty good job. Like there's a big cone on the outside. I like all of, like it's conducive, it's consistent throughout. And going back to Ambiance, like just the flow of things, how it's set up. Like sometimes they get a little busy. They have stanchions outside that you can form a line outside the little shop. Cause again, it's just a walk-through shop. There's no seating or anything in there. But yeah, theming, we thought, I mean, it's not over the top. I mean, it's, it doesn't tell a story or anything though. So we gave theming a 4.
All right, service. So I have not ever once been in this place where the people working there aren't lovely. I mean, they always are happy. They are patient. They spend all kinds of time letting you try whatever you want before dishing up your final selection. They'll even, like, our lady tonight was like, oh, this one's my absolute favorite. It's so good, and this is why I like it. And, you know, I mean, you can tell that they really, at least they act like they enjoy being there.
If it was me and I was behind that counter, after like the third or fourth sample, I would just want to slap somebody and be like, just pick one. But literally, they've got...
That's why Dan doesn't work there.
That's why it would be a horrible idea for Salt and Straw to hire me. But like, literally, you're just like, and she would order a flavor and she'd be like, I'd be like, ooh, can I have a sample of that? She'd be like, yeah, sure, here you go. So seriously, they're there for as long as you want, just giving out samples, which is the other half of the story to a $7.50 scoop of ice cream.
Yes.
I don't feel like I'm paying $7.50 for just the scoop of ice cream. I feel like it's the experience of being able to try whatever you want. They've got a ton of flavors in there. So there was 5 seasonal flavors and then another, I don't know, 12 flavors that are consistently there. So we just tried the seasonal flavors because we've had all the other ones. But yeah, I think their service is always top notch.
So good. So we don't do this very often with quick service locations in particular, but we gave service a 5.
Let's talk the food itself. There are so many wonderful, amazing flavors, things that you wouldn't even... So like we didn't know what the seasonal flavors would be, if they would be like more winter Christmas or if they would have Thanksgiving ones. They did have Thanksgiving ones. So it's basically like between like 5 flavors, they had the entire Thanksgiving meal as ice cream.
I had myself a little turkey, stuffing, and cranberry sauce in an ice cream.
It was not sweet at all. You got some tang from the cranberry, but you got like stuffing in there. You got sausage pieces.
Yeah.
I mean, it worked. I don't know. I don't know how like, because if you just mashed all that stuff from the Thanksgiving table and just poured cream all over it, that would be disgusting to me. But making an ice cream, I don't know what they did. It was magic. It was magic on my taste buds. The favorite for me was the Parker House buttered rolls because
salted buttercream.
I mean, there's something like the fattiness of the cream with extra butter in there and then like actual pieces of Parker House rolls.
Yeah.
It had a hint of sweetness in there, but it was mainly just like rich, creamy goodness. With
a little bit of salt.
Yeah, a perfect amount of fat and salt and just a hint of sweetness. It was so good.
And then the sweet potato casserole. Oh my goodness. That one was delicious as well. And we didn't get the pumpkin pie tiramisu, which was phenomenal. Like, we didn't even try the mango pie.
Yeah, mango's not my favorite dessert. Yeah, the pumpkin pie was good. It was a little bit too strong on the espresso flavor for me for the tiramisu. Like it was, you could get a hint of, it was mainly like espresso from the tiramisu side of that, and I definitely prefer the other ones.
I mean, anyway, it's just, and then they cram the scoop in there so much that it's quite a bit of ice cream for that $7.50.
True.
And much to Dan's dismay, I was like, ooh, could we actually do a little bit of Parker House and a little bit of sweet potato casserole? And so she did. And it was like one scoop, but it was like, crammed in there. So
cool. I would have preferred more Parker House, but honestly, like we got out there and I took like 3 bites of the Parker House. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm like, it's so rich.
Yeah.
Like you can't. So I did take a few bites of the, what was it? The sweet potato.
yeah.
Sweet potato, and then a couple bites of the turkey. It was all just very, very, anyway, all that to say, excellent flavors. Excellent flavor. Things that you don't think should work at ice cream. And you may not like all of them, but
that's part of the fun of trying.
Yeah, very, 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 very good. Anyway, all that to say, what did we rate food?
We gave food a 5.
A 5. We don't do that very often. But seriously, for ice cream, like this place is solid.
So if you add all that up and divide it out, that is a 4.25 for Salt and Straw, which I think is spot on. This is probably my favorite dessert place to go to, especially in Disney Springs. I mean, it's just, and it's with the seasonal flavors like coming in and out, and I think it's one big thing is that you always can find something new, like every single time you go, because their seasonal flavors are changing pretty much every month. And so that's super fun to get to have a whole new experience every time you go.
Yeah. Agreed.
All right, well, if you are liking these videos, please hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss the next one.
We will see you on the next video.